Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend and I hope your Monday is going well so far. Today's topic for Mindset Monday is get in the habit of creating good habits. Get in the habit of creating good habits. Do you have bad habits? I know for me, throughout the years, I've always highlighted what my bad habits are. And maybe you've done the same thing, right? It's easy for us to kind of pick out the negative things, the things that are not so good, the things that we wish we could change, and that includes bad habits. But it's time for us to be easy on looking at the good things, right? The positive things about us, the things that we can be proud of that we do, and that also includes good habits. So in the rest of 2022, I want to focus on getting in the habit of creating good habits. And there are a few areas that I want to focus on and I want to share it with you. The first is communication. Get in the habit of creating good habits when it comes to communication. A lot of times we, look at the way we communicate and we think it's okay. But the truth is, if you don't communicate in a way that the person that you're speaking to comprehends, then you need to create a good habit. Do you have a good habit in talking to yourself, right? A lot of us have negative things that we say to ourselves every single day. We look in the mirror and we find some flaw, we find something that we don't like, and you communicate to yourself negatively every single day. So I want you to start practicing good habits when it comes to communicating to yourself and communicating to others, especially when it comes to your feelings. Next, we need to get into good habit of creating habits when it comes to our health. How are you with your health? How are you with that New Year's resolution about your health and what were you going to do to get in shape, lose weight, gain weight, get fit, get toned? Have you created any good habits when it comes to your health? What about your eating habits, right? What about what the doctor told you, right? Or your coach or whoever it is that told you about your health? Did you start establishing good habits when it comes to your health? Or are you still relying on making the change even if you're still doing the bad things, the bad habits, right? So let's go. Get in the habit of creating good habits when it comes to your health. Next, attaining assets. Get in the habit of creating good habits when it comes to assets and attaining assets. A lot of times we are so consumed with getting things. And a lot of the things that we get, they're not even asset, right? A lot of people will look at them and say they're liabilities. And we're not in the habits of creating good habits when it comes to acquiring assets, right? We need to look at the way that we think about money, the way we feel about money, right? The way that money makes us feel, the way that other people make us feel for us wanting to acquire more asset. The thing is, you want something that is going to give you a good return. So focus less on things that's taken away from you and focus more on things that's going to give to you, give to your family, give to your future generations, and create good habits around that. How well are you with the money that you have now? What habits are you, exhibiting when it comes to the assets you have now? And if it's not good habits, then get rid of them and get in the habits of creating good habits when it comes to acquiring assets. The next thing is relationships. Do you have good habits when it comes to your relationships, right? Relationships with your creator, relationships with yourself, relationship with your significant other, with your business partners, with your friends, your sorority sisters, the people in your network. What habits do you have when it comes to them? And sometimes you have to look and see, are you the common denominator when it comes down to your relationships and why things are negative? Are you the one practicing bad habits when it comes to your relationships? And if you are, then it's time for you to start getting in the habits of creating good habits, right? Calling people back, reaching out to people, being nice to people, giving more than taking, right? You have to create good habits when it comes to your relationships, because just like the assets, you want things that's going to give you a good return. And if your relationships are not giving you good returns, or you're not giving the people in the relationships that you're with, whether it's physical relationships, right, intimate relationships, business relationships, right, you and your creator, if you're not giving good things or getting good things from them, you may want to look at your habits. Lastly, your mindset. Do you have good habits when it comes to your mindset? What do you think about first thing in the morning? Are you thinking about how this day is going to go and how negative it is? Are you thinking about the last night and what went wrong? Are you focusing on the future and what's going to be wrong? Are your thought processes so negative that you don't even get to fully embrace the new day that you're having? Are you constantly thinking negative about other people? Do you have a bad habit of being judgmental? Do you have a bad habit of being critical? It's time for you to start creating good habits when it comes to your mindset, right? Thinking about things that are joyful, right? Being happy, right? Seeing people for who they are and dealing with them accordingly. You have to create good habits and get in the habit of creating good habits. So if you want to have a great 2022, I suggest that you get in the habit of creating good habits, especially when it comes to communication, your health, acquiring assets, your relationship, and your mindset. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Start creating good habits. And I'll talk to you next week for another Mindset Monday. Bye-bye.